Imagine pulling your car into a repair shop and watching the mechanic glance at the badge on the hood. Instead of the usual confident nod, you notice a slight pause, maybe even a quiet sigh. It's not because the mechanic dislikes you. It's because some cars have earned a reputation inside workshops that most drivers never hear about. While every vehicle eventually needs maintenance, there are certain models that mechanics genuinely dread seeing arrive at their garage. These are the cars known for complicated repairs, repeated mechanical failures, extremely tight engine bays, or parts that cost far more than people expect. For mechanics, these vehicles often mean long diagnostic hours, frustrated customers, and repair bills that quickly climb into the thousands. What's surprising is that many of these cars are extremely popular and often look amazing on the outside. But behind the design and marketing, they sometimes hide engineering choices that make them difficult to maintain. Today we're going to reveal 6 cars that many mechanics say they dread seeing in their workshop. If you're planning to buy a used vehicle or simply want to avoid expensive repair nightmares, this video could save you a lot of stress and money in the future. Welcome back to Maple Motors Hub, the channel where we explore the real side of cars. Here we talk about reliability, maintenance, ownership experiences, and the kinds of insights mechanics and long-time drivers share after years of working with vehicles. Cars today are more advanced than ever before. They come with powerful engines, advanced safety systems, smart infotainment technology, and engineering that would have seemed impossible just a couple of decades ago. But with that progress also comes complexity. Modern vehicles contain dozens of sensors, computers, control modules, and tightly packed mechanical components. When everything works perfectly, these systems create an incredible driving experience. But when something goes wrong, diagnosing and repairing the issue can become a real challenge. Mechanics often see patterns that everyday drivers never notice. When a particular model repeatedly arrives with the same types of problems, it quickly gains a reputation among technicians. The vehicles we're discussing today are not necessarily terrible cars, and many owners enjoy driving them. But inside workshops across North America and beyond, these models are often associated with repairs that are complicated, time-consuming, and sometimes very expensive. One of the vehicles frequently mentioned by mechanics when discussing difficult repairs is the Land Rover Range Rover, especially models from the mid-2010 SE. On the surface, the Range Rover represents luxury and capability. It offers impressive off-road performance combined with a premium interior that rivals many high-end luxury sedans. Drivers love the comfort, the design, and the prestige associated with the brand. However, mechanics say that maintaining these vehicles can be extremely challenging. The main issue is complexity. Range Rovers contain sophisticated electronic systems that control everything from suspension height to terrain response modes. These systems rely on a network of sensors and computers communicating constantly with one another. When even a small part of this system fails, it can trigger multiple warning lights on the dashboard. Diagnosing the real cause often takes hours because the problem could originate in several different places. Another common issue involves the air suspension system. While this system provides an incredibly smooth ride and adjustable ground clearance, it can develop leaks or compressor failures over time. Repairing the suspension components can be expensive, and in some cases, multiple parts need replacement at the same time. Mechanics say that when a Range Rover rolls into the workshop with suspension warnings or electrical faults, they know they may be dealing with a complex and time-consuming repair process. Another car that mechanics often mention when talking about challenging vehicles is the BMW 7 Series. This car represents the pinnacle of BMW luxury and technology. It is designed to showcase the company's most advanced engineering, featuring powerful engines, cutting-edge driver assistance systems, and a cabin filled with innovative technology. For drivers, The 7 Series delivers an incredibly refined and smooth driving experience. However, for mechanics, it can present a very different story. One of the biggest challenges is the extremely tight engine bay. BMW engineers pack a tremendous amount of equipment under the hood, leaving very little space for mechanics to work. This means that even simple maintenance tasks can require removing multiple other components just to reach the part that needs attention. Something that might take 30 minutes on another car could take several hours on a 7 Series. In addition to the physical complexity, the electronic systems in the vehicle are extensive. Modern luxury sedans contain dozens of electronic modules, controlling everything from seat adjustments to suspension damping. When a warning light appears on the dashboard, the underlying problem may not be immediately obvious. Mechanics must use specialized diagnostic tools and spend significant time tracing the issue through multiple systems. The Jeep Cherokee, equipped with the 9-speed automatic transmission, is another vehicle that has gained a reputation among mechanics. The Cherokee itself is a popular SUV known for its comfortable ride and respectable off-road capability. However, certain model years experience problems with the transmission system. Drivers often reported rough shifting hesitation during acceleration or unexpected gear changes. The difficulty for mechanics is that these issues sometimes involve both mechanical and software components. Modern transmissions rely heavily on computer programming to control how and when gears change. If the programming does not work perfectly with the mechanical parts, the result can be inconsistent shifting behavior. Mechanics sometimes find themselves performing software updates, replacing sensors, or inspecting mechanical components in an effort to resolve the problem. Even when repairs are completed, some drivers report that similar issues return later. Transmission repairs are already among the most expensive types of automotive repairs, so dealing with recurring transmission problems can be frustrating for both mechanics and owners. Another vehicle that mechanics often mention when discussing challenging repairs is the Mini Cooper, particularly turbocharged models from the late 2000s and early 2010 SA. The Mini Cooper is widely loved for its distinctive design and fun driving characteristics. It is small, agile, and full of personality. Many drivers choose it because it offers a sporty feel in a compact package. However, mechanics often say that working on a Mini Cooper can be surprisingly difficult. The engine compartment is extremely compact, which means there is very little space to access components. In many cases, repairing a small part requires removing several surrounding components first. This increases both labor time and repair costs. Some engines used in older Mini Cooper models also developed issues related to timing chains and oil consumption. When timing chain problems occur, repairs can be complex and expensive because of the tight layout of the engine. Cooling system components such as water pumps and thermostats have also been known to fail in certain models. Mechanics say the challenge is not just the number of potential issues, but the difficulty of reaching the parts that need replacement. The Fiat 500 is another car that many mechanics mention when discussing vehicles they dread seeing arrive at the shop. The Fiat 500 gained popularity due to its stylish design and compact size, making it an attractive choice for city driving. Many people appreciate its unique look and affordability. However, some mechanics say the car often arrives with multiple small problems at the same time. Electrical issues are among the most common complaints. Owners sometimes report dashboard warning lights, sensor malfunctions, or problems with the infotainment system. Individually, these issues might not seem severe, but diagnosing several electrical faults can require a significant amount of time. The compact design of the vehicle can also make certain repairs more complicated than expected. Because the car is small, components are tightly arranged, and reaching certain parts can require removing other pieces first. Mechanics say that when a Fiat 500 arrives with electrical issues, it can take patience and careful troubleshooting to locate the root cause. The final car on this list is the Nissan Altima from certain years that used continuously variable transmissions, commonly called CVAs. The Altima has long been one of the most popular mid-size sedans, known for its comfortable ride, fuel efficiency, and reasonable price. However, some model years developed reliability concerns related to the CVT transmission. Unlike traditional automatic transmissions that use multiple gears, a CVT operates using a belt and pulley system that allows for smooth and continuous acceleration. When functioning properly, this design can improve fuel efficiency and create a very smooth driving experience. The challenge arises when the transmission begins to wear or fail. Symptoms can include slipping, delayed acceleration, unusual noises, or overheating. Unfortunately, repairing a CVT transmission is often more difficult than repairing a conventional automatic transmission. In many cases, mechanics must replace the entire unit rather than fixing individual parts. Transmission replacement can be extremely expensive, which is why mechanics often feel concerned when an Altima arrives with CVT-related complaints. When mechanics talk about vehicles they dislike working on, it is rarely because they hate the brand or the concept of the car itself. In most cases, the frustration comes from design choices that make repairs unnecessarily complicated. Modern vehicles are built with efficiency, safety, and performance in mind, but sometimes these priorities lead to very tight engine compartments or extremely complex electronic systems. While these features may benefit drivers in everyday use, they can create challenges when something goes wrong. Another factor that contributes to these reputations is the cost and availability of replacement parts. Certain luxury brands use specialized components that are more expensive than those used in mainstream vehicles. Even a relatively small repair can become costly when the parts themselves are expensive. In some cases, mechanics must order components from overseas, which means the car may remain in the shop longer while waiting for the part to arrive. This can create frustration for both the mechanic and the owner. It's also important to remember that every car manufacturer produces both reliable models and less reliable ones. Even vehicles on this list may have years or versions that perform much better than others. Reliability often depends on proper maintenance, driving conditions, and how quickly problems are addressed when they first appear. A driver who carefully maintains their vehicle and responds quickly to warning signs may avoid many of the serious problems that give these cars their reputation. For people shopping for a used car, research is one of the most powerful tools available. Looking at reliability reports, owner experiences, and common repair issues can reveal patterns that might not be obvious during a short test drive. A vehicle that looks perfect on the outside may still have known mechanical weaknesses that become expensive later. Spending time researching before buying a car can prevent major headaches down the road. Regular maintenance also plays a critical role in keeping any vehicle reliable. Oil changes, fluid inspections, brake maintenance, and cooling system checks may seem routine, but they help prevent larger mechanical failures. Many of the most expensive repairs begin as small issues that go unnoticed. A minor leak, a strange noise, or a warning light can be an early signal that something needs attention. Addressing these problems quickly can prevent them from developing into major repairs. Mechanics often say that the most satisfying vehicles to work on are those designed with simplicity and serviceability in mind. Cars that allow easy access to key components make routine maintenance faster and less expensive. Over time, these vehicles tend to build a reputation for reliability because repairs are easier to perform and less costly for owners. If you already own one of the vehicles mentioned in this video, there is no reason to panic. Many people drive these cars every day and enjoy them without major issues. The goal of this discussion is simply to highlight patterns that mechanics have observed over time. Knowing about potential weaknesses allows owners to stay proactive with maintenance and watch for early warning signs. The automotive industry continues evolving rapidly, and manufacturers are constantly improving their designs. Some vehicles that once had reliability concerns have been redesigned with better engineering and stronger components. At the same time, new technologies introduce new challenges that mechanics must learn to manage. The relationship between drivers, cars, and mechanics is constantly evolving as vehicles become more advanced. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to Maple Motors Hub for more honest discussions about cars, reliability insights, and maintenance tips that help drivers make smarter decisions. We explore everything from the most dependable vehicles to the ones that may cost more to maintain over time. Your experiences matter too, so leave a comment and tell us which car has given you the biggest repair headache, or which model you think mechanics complain about the most. Don't forget to like the video and share it with friends or family members who are considering buying a used car. The more information people have before purchasing a vehicle, the easier it becomes to avoid expensive surprises later. Thank you for watching Maple Motors Hub, and we'll see you in the next video where we continue exploring the fascinating world of cars and what really happens behind the doors of the repair shop.